In this video, we are going to use the laws of exponent to simplify each expression. The first one, negative 3ab power 4 times 4ab power negative 3. Usually, when you multiply two things, first multiply their signs. Here, a negative times a positive is a negative. Secondly, multiply their numbers. 3 times 4 is 12. Lastly, multiply their letters. Here we have a mix of variables. Remember, when we have a mix of variables, just add up the exponents for each. And also remember that a variable without an exponent really has an exponent of 1. So, a times a is a square, or we can write a power 1 plus 1. Since bases are same, write a base and combine the powers. Now let's look at the b's. Write a base b and combine the powers 4 minus 3. So we have negative 12 a square b. Since b is really b power 1. And that's it. Now let's look at this one. Negative 2 xy square the whole power 3. Okay, here remember the power rule which says that if you see the bracket power something, I repeat, if you see the bracket power something, then distribute that power to whatever inside the bracket, whether it be sign or number and or letter. So let's first distribute this power 3 to negative sign, which means negative times negative times negative. So a negative times a negative is positive, and that positive times a negative is a negative. So I write it here. Generally, a negative power odd number is always a negative, while a negative power even number is always a positive. Okay, back to the problem. If we distribute the power to this base 2, we get 2 cube. Then distribute the power to x, we get x cube. And if we distribute the power 3 to y square, we get y square the whole cube. Okay, so we have negative 2 cube is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, then x cube. And y power 2 times 3 is 6. Since when you have power to the power or exponent to the exponent, simply multiply their powers or exponents. Actually, this is what we did in our previous case also. We multiply the power of x, which was 1, by the whole power 3. And we have to notice here that we have all the rights to distribute the power to inside the bracket when there is a multiplication sign between numbers and letters. If there were positive or negative between them, we could not distribute like this. Now let's simplify another one. Negative 5x cube over y the whole power 2. This power 2 is for both numerator and denominator. Okay, like in our previous example, let's first distribute the power 2 to the negative sign, which means a negative times a negative is a positive. And we can also think like this, a negative power even number is always a positive. Well, in mathematics, it is not necessary to write plus sign when we start writing. Okay, next, if we distribute the power 2 to the base 5, it will be 5 square. Now let's distribute the power to the base x cube. We have x cube whole square. And if we distribute the power to the denominator y, we will get y square. So we have 5 square is 25. Then x cube whole square is x power 6. Since when you have the power to the power or exponent to the exponent, simply multiply their powers or exponents and divided by y square. That's it, we done. Now let's simplify this one. 3m times negative 4m power 5, the whole power 0. We know that any non-zero number power 0 is 1. So, this non-zero quantity power 0 is 1. So we have 3m times 1, which is just 3m.